welcome to Soulful Sunday, your weekly channeled messages for the upcoming week of Sunday, November 21st to Saturday, November 27th. So let's get into it. There's a lot of chaotic, overwhelming, intense energies happening right now, not only astrologically, not only collectively, but also individually. So let's take a look at these upcoming energies, see what's going on for you guys this week, and give you some nice, comforting messages of support. So the first message that comes through is maintain. We are being asked this week to maintain a routine, a schedule, whatever it is, just maintaining your base level comfort zones so that you are able to disconnect from the outside noise, connect into yourself, soothing yourself, nurturing yourself. And we do that by maintaining a structure or routine, whatever that looks like for you. If every day you get up and you go for a walk, or you do yoga, or you walk, there's an emphasis on physical exercise this week. It doesn't have to be anything intense. Like I just said, going for a walk would be fine, doing some yoga, some stretches. We really need to anchor into our bodies, and a lot of our bodies are pretty achy with all of the energetic transitions going on. So that really is going to help us to ground into our bodies this week and maintaining our routines, because when we maintain our routines, we maintain our structure, and we have self-respect and self-love, and it's a way that we can nurture ourselves. So when everything outside of us is chaotic and changing, and there's a lot of heavy stuff on, we can anchor back into ourselves by maintaining these routines. Next message that comes through is one day at a time. Lots of frustration, lots of inertia, lots of like ants in your pants kind of energy. I've been feeling that too. Like a lot of us feel like we should be a lot farther along with in terms of our lives and where we should be right now, but a lot of us are forgetting that we are still living through a pandemic and everything that we've lived through the last 18-20 months, right? So keeping that in mind and taking one day at a time, and knowing that you are doing the absolute best that you can in this now moment and what you have, and that all we ever really have is this now moment. So there have been factors outside of your control that have influenced you and the self-perceived progress that you saw yourself making by now. So don't be hard on yourself if you hadn't hit certain milestones, or if it seems like everyone else around you is hitting certain milestones. Just a reminder, I'm feeling like comparison, social media, that kind of stuff coming up. So maybe log off for a little bit this week, or detach from that, or mute some accounts if they trigger you, if they bring things up for you, and know that, it's just a highlight reel. This app or Instagram, Facebook, any social media kind of thing is a highlight reel, and a lot of people are not posting their struggles. So just because you're not seeing it doesn't mean it's not happening. We are all each dealing with our own pain and versions of what's going on. So one day at a time is very important. So the next message that is coming through is resting. So we just had a huge energetic surge. I'm being shown like huge upgrades and energetic waves hitting the planet, but also hitting our energy field, since we're on this planet right now. And that is related to the full blood moon in Taurus with the partial lunar eclipse that we just had on Friday. So that was just 2 days ago, and this is a bit of a weird eclipse. Like the effects of this eclipse are going to be longer than a quote-unquote normal eclipse, so we're going to be feeling this for quite some time, and this is really bringing to the surface a lot of stuff that we haven't dealt with. And I mean, that's kind of been the theme of this entire collective consciousness transition, if you will, that we've been going through. But there was something really potent about this full moon partial eclipse that we just had, that it really just sort of, I feel like a lot of us just got pushed energetically through a door, almost like a portal. And that can be really overwhelming, because we're adjusting to new energies, and we're acclimatizing, I'm feeling, to these new energies that are coming into the planet and into our awareness. So there's going to be a period of recovery for that. So if you're feeling sluggish, bogged down, not yourself, please know that there is definitely an energetic component here that is related to that a lot of us energetically attuned or sensitive people are feeling. So rest this week, but also in the coming weeks if you can. Super important. And I know that sounds so annoying because it feels like all we've been doing has been asked to rest, but there's, depending on where you are in the world and whatever choices you've made for yourself and limitations, the world is somewhat opening back up. So some people are back in the rat race and some people are not, but regardless of whatever spectrum you're on or whatever your life looks like right now, we all still need to rest and be tapping into these nourishing energies because we're all feeling it. We're all feeling this energetic shift no matter what our lives look like right now. And then the last message that I got for this week is middle of the journey. So I feel like I'm almost being shown like a soldier in battle, and you're like halfway through the battle and you're tired and you're exhausted and you're covered in dirt and mud and you don't know if you can go on and you don't feel like you can go on. But Spirit is saying middle of the journey, like keep your head up, one foot in front of the other, and that ties in beautifully to that earlier message of one day at a time, one foot at a time, one thing at a time. That's really all that we can do. And know that, there is a purpose for you being here, and your soul has agreed to be here at this time. So it's not pointless and it's not all for nothing. There is definitely a greater plan at play and greater energies at play, more than we can even realize with our human brains or spiritual capabilities. It goes far beyond that. So those are the messages for this week. Just to recap, maintaining any schedules or physical activity or fitness that you can this week for self-care, taking it one day at a time, resting from that powerful full moon that we had, and knowing that we are in the middle of the journey and to keep going one foot in front of the other. So we're going to pull some cards quickly just to recap. I'm going to use the same deck that I used last week that I really enjoyed, the Psychic Tarot by John Holland. One of my favorite decks, so we're going to use it again. I'm just going to pull some cards or any other messages for the collective anyone watching this video needs to know this week. Interesting. Okay, so I pulled 6 cards and we're just going to go over them quickly. So the first card I got was Heartache and Loss, and I think a lot of us are experiencing that now, just with some current events that have been happening and certain systems at play, old systems, and just old systems, old stuff that's just was never sustainable and was never fair or righteous, and still isn't. So there's going to be a lot of anger and heartache and loss this week, experienced by a lot of people. And then the following card is Spiritual Strength. So I think this is really promising that even though we have all this heartache and loss going on and all of these events that are coming up and bringing things up for people, we also are being asked to tune into our spiritual strength as well. And that kind of ties in with the messages that we had of maintaining and taking one day at a time. So also like meditating and breath work, super important. Sounds like you're beating a dead horse with all of these, yes, meditate, breathe, blah 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 blah, but there is actually something to it. So if you haven't really been keeping up with that, this is an encouragement for you to get back into it. And then the third card is the Heart Chakra card. So I really feel like Mother Gaia is having a heart chakra cleansing, purging right now, and that is directly tied into the events that we're seeing and the feelings of heartache and loss. Like there's just a big clearing of Mother Gaia's heart chakra and memories that have been stored, and earth karmic clearing, things that need to come up so that earth karmic clearing is possible. So that is also what's happening, not just this week. It takes more than a week to do that, but at this time that's what's happening. Next card is Universe. I believe believe that this card is a reminder for us that we are all a part of the universe. And just imagine like this is you, and then your beautiful energy, and all of these little stars are like everybody else, everyone else's souls around you, and each soul has a purpose and has come here to play a role and evolve on a soul level. So just a reminder that you are from source, you are from universal consciousness and pure divine love. You're part of that. That's where you came from. That's where you're gonna go when you pass. And just a reminder that you are infinite and you are a beautiful speck of the universe. Next card is temptation. Temptation to go back to our old ways, old beliefs, old habits. That's why things are coming up for us. We're really being challenged with these old beliefs that are really not conducive anymore to where we're going and where we want to be. So there's a temptation there to slip back into some of these old behaviors and beliefs because it's comfortable and it's what we know. And some of us, like, we want to get here, we want to get to the light, and we want to kind of do things differently, but we're tempted to not because we're scared. The unknown is scary. So you're being asked to anchor into that, feel the fear, do it anyways, uncover that fear, see where it comes from, and integrate and bring in healing. And then the last card is fulfillment of wishes. And I think there's an emphasis here on the treasure chest and the scrolls and the knowledge, and that really if we tap into our inner selves, we have a lot of knowledge and a lot of self-knowledge, especially from other lifetimes that we've acquired. So although the card says fulfillment of wishes, I'm really feeling that it is a card to remind you of your strength, your power, and your knowledge that you have not only from this lifetime, but from other lifetimes. And can we learn from history so history doesn't continue to repeat itself? Can we really learn this time? And I really feel like we can, but I think it's going to take some time because it is a collective, collaborative effort, and we're all in this together, as everyone says, but I really do feel we are going to get there. I don't know when, I'm not sure. There's a couple different timelines, but a lot of us are coming online and activating and holding the light. So please continue to hold the light and to do what you do and to take care of yourselves this week. Thank you for tuning in. Please drop a like or a comment if it resonated with you, and I will see you back here next Saturday next Sunday, for the next Soulful Sunday. I forgot what this was called. Soulful Sunday. Ciao.